welcome to my channel. It's Lisa here and this is Rendezvous with Lisa. I hope you're good and I hope you're staying positive. In today's video, I'll be talking all about criticism. Yes, you heard me right. What are they? Or what is it? How do you deal with it? And how can it help you? So if you want to know more about it, keep watching and don't forget to subscribe. So the backstory for this video was inspired by a post I saw on Father's Day. Happy Father's Day, by the way. A friend of mine, or someone I know actually that's an artist, made a post on Father's Day wishing a mentor, his mentor, who also happens to be his pastor, a happy Father's Day. And in that post he was sharing a story of how this man supported him and sponsored his first recording session a few years ago. And while he was in the studio trying to record his first song, it wasn't going as planned because his voice was not in perfect condition. Someone walked into the studio, heard him sing, and spoke to him outside and said, "See, music is not your thing. Just kill it, quit, and look for something else and invest your energy in." As in, he was like, "I have experience, I know what I'm saying, blah blah blah." And this really got to him, and he wanted to really quit and listen to what the man actually said. But on the other hand, his mentor kept pushing him and saying, "You go far, your voice will be heard all around the world," and such beautiful things. And that pushed him. And today, I can say he's a successful gospel artist. His videos on YouTube have millions of views. His songs have traveled far and wide, and he's doing well for himself. He has actually changed in status. So you see, criticism is not all criticism that helps, okay? So what is criticism? According to the Cambridge Dictionary, which actually I love the most, that's the definition I love the most, it says criticism is the act of giving your opinion or judgment about the good qualities or bad qualities of something or someone. So it could be books, films, clothes, talents, whatever. Just giving your opinions, good or bad, about something. That's really just criticism. Do you get me? I hope you do. And there are several types of criticisms. There's aesthetic, there's factual, there's logical, there's positive, there's negative, there is constructive, projected, otherwise known as destructive. But in today's video, I'll be dealing mainly on two of them, which is the constructive criticism and projected or destructive criticism. So what is constructive criticism? Basically, that's the type of criticism that you would love to hear. That's the one that helps you point out your wrongs but suggest a better approach in doing whatever it is that you've done wrong to get a better result. I hope that makes sense. Basically, constructive criticism suggests another or an alternative approach as to how to do something better or how to get something better. I hope it makes sense, really. And this is actually the one that is really helpful. This is the kind of criticism that we love to hear, because it doesn't just say, "Oh, you're not looking nice," "Oh, you're looking ugly today," but it says, "Oh, you're okay, but then I feel you'd have done better this way." Does it make sense? Or like the example, the backstory we talked about, if the stranger had said, "Oh, your voice doesn't sound too well right now, but maybe you should take a while or take some time off, take a break, take some honey and lemon, sleep on it, let your voice get better and come back and try again," that would have been constructive, not kill it, die or kill your musical career. Okay, so constructive criticism helps you. It makes you get better and really just brings out the best in you. That's actually the kind of criticism you want to hear and you should look out for. And then the projected criticism, that is also, like I like to call it, destructive, because it basically is just someone expressing their emotions, and their emotions, they're just telling you how they feel about you, whether you like it or not. Like, "Oh, you're not good, that's all." "Oh, your dress, no, your dress is not fine. It's not fine. No. Those kind of words, they actually break a person. They actually destroy a person. In fact, sometimes it goes a long way to affect the person's self-esteem. A lot of people that have low self-esteem today, could be traced to stuff like that. Someone would have said, oh, you're not beautiful, oh, your height is just annoying, go and be tall and eat beans. So there's some things you say to people that they hold on to and it affects them as they grow. So please, let's try to be constructive in our criticisms. Okay, let me share another experience. When I opened my YouTube channel that you're here watching, a lot of people said a lot of things to me. There were so many good comments. There were the ones that were not too good, and everyone had something to say, but which I'm actually grateful for. I love to hear feedback. But then again, the people that didn't say things that I was okay with, I didn't take all in. That I'll get there on how you deal with this kind of things. So everyone always, in fact, to Emma is two-faced that sang the song. If nobody talks about you, you are nobody. They must talk. Somebody must say something. In fact, if they're not talking, actually something is wrong. So you should actually look forward to people talking. Whatever kind of comments they give, look forward to it, and then you figure out how to deal with it after you get the comments. You get me? Okay, so this is how you deal with criticism. First of all, I like to say that if someone is coming to you with criticism, because they are just words and people giving you their own opinion, so let it not be like criticism is a big word. It's very simple. Someone comes to you and say, oh, this is what I think about you, this is what I think you should do. That is criticism. Okay, so if someone comes to you with an opinion or their opinion of something about you, here's what you do. This is my approach. Lisa, call it Lisa's approach. Okay, so the first thing I think you should do is you should listen. Give them the audience, listen to what they have to say, and I think it's a way of being polite. Whatever they have to say to you, you just say, okay, let me hear you. Smile and take it all in. That's the first thing. Listen and be polite about your listening. You can be frowning and listen. No, be politely listening to them. And then the next thing you should do is you should think before you respond. Think about how you want to respond to whatever they just told you, especially if it's negative. Do you want to say, excuse me, do you know who you are talking to? No. Think about what you want to say. If it's a negative comment, just say, you know what, thank you very much, I'll bear that in mind. Very simple, and you have dismissed the person like that. Still on this point, in also thinking before you respond, another thing you actually do is be logical in your response. So note that not everyone that is actually talking to you or coming to give you their opinion is coming from a bad place. Some people just don't know how to put it. Some people just don't know how to say or give their opinions without hurting other people. So just be logical, use wisdom, try to know how to respond to them. And if you really don't know how to respond to them, I know your emotions, especially if it's negative. If it's positive, if it's a positive comment, you'll be so happy and excited. But if it's negative, you'll not know, you'll be really upset. So don't, especially if you're upset, please don't respond in anger or don't do that. Okay, just like I said earlier, if you cannot even say anything, just say thank you and I'll bear it in mind. It will keep you going. Okay, so the next next point I'd like to make is decide whether or not it is helpful to you. And in doing that, you have to actually be very wise and smart, because a lot of people will say things, some are true, some are not. You actually should listen to all of them. And there's a way people say things about you, like if 2 or 3 or more people have said a certain thing, even if you didn't feel that way, and you hear that, you actually think that, okay, maybe there's a little bit of sense in what they're saying. Maybe I should start to do things this way instead of that way because of the feedback I've gotten from these people. All right, and then finally, on this note, I'd like to say that you should choose whose comment you would act upon. Right, so who you actually now follow. Like this story that we talked about, if he had listened to the stranger, I wouldn't know him today. He wouldn't have been as successful as he is today. But he chose his mentor. So you need to know the people that you actually listen to. Like also in my case with the YouTube channel, I was like, oh yeah, thank you. Even some videos that I post, I get feedbacks all the time. But there are certain people that I don't joke with. these people, when I hear them, I actually know that, okay, yeah, these people I listen to, these people I'll act on these things that they've said to me, not based on what everybody else says. So choose whose comment or whose criticism you act upon. All right. So finally, I'd like to talk to those who are, in the business of making people feel bad about themselves and giving them comments that are not too good. Maybe you don't know that what you're doing is hurting or breaking someone, but you need to understand that words are powerful. All these things we're talking about, criticism and whatnot, it's just words, and a single word can make or break a person. So you need to be sure of what you're saying before you say it to a person. You need to filter your words before you say it to a person. You need to actually put yourself in the person's shoes. Maybe if you don't think that way, start thinking that way now. Before I say something to this person, if I were this person and I hear this kind of thing, how will I feel? How will I take it? And maybe from then you'll be able to adjust yourself, filter your words, and know how to dish it out in a way that the person, won't be so bad. Because this thing is affecting a lot of people, causing people to have low self-esteem and putting just so much hurt and sadness out there. But just try to be positive. Even if you have to give a negative comment, say it in a way that the person won't feel too bad about themselves. Alright, so I hope this video has helped you. I'd love to hear what you think about it. Have you ever had negative criticisms, or what do you call it? The other name, projected criticisms thrown at you? How did you deal with it? Let me know. I'd love to hear you. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please remember to like it, share it, comment in the comment sections, and subscribe to this channel if you haven't. I mean, seriously, what are you waiting for? Do the needful, okay? And also, you can find me on my social media pages. It's Lisa Israel on Instagram and Facebook. I'd love to hear from you. Keep it locked here. I love you, and remember to stay positive. Till my next video.